Is it hard to install a pool liner? Well, that kind of depends on your skill level doing technical work. In specific, installing a swimming pool liner doesn't have any terribly difficult parts. For example, I would say that rebuilding the engine of a car has some very difficult technical aspects to it that unless you have experience, you're simply not going to be able to do it. A pool liner is not really the same thing. Let me give you an example. Before you install a liner in a pool, the pool floor has to be explicitly clean. If there's any debris or little pebbles or anything like that that are left over and not cleaned up, they'll be very obvious. Something the size of a pea looks like something the size of a baseball underneath of a pool liner. So you don't need to be a technical wizard to figure out, just keep cleaning it until you get there. And that's kind of the thing. With installing a liner, there are some technical aspects, but more so than that, it's just a process of following a certain set of steps, but being thorough in the process. Perhaps maybe the most difficult tool that you would have to deal with in installing a swimming pool liner would be a vacuum, some kind of either a shop vac or a liner vacuum to suck all the air out from behind the liner. That's how a liner is positioned in place. It's hung inside the pool, and then you use vacuums to evacuate all of the air, and such the liner will stick to the surface of the pool, and you can manually manipulate it and put it where you need it to be. And then the vacuums hold the liner in place until such time as the water level in the pool fills up. And once the water level reaches about 6 inches of depth in the shallow end floor, 6 inches of water covering the shallow end floor, you can go ahead and turn off the vacuums, and now the weight of the water in the pool is what's holding the liner in its permanent position, and you can fill the pool the rest of the way up. So that is about as technical as it gets installing a pool liner. Perhaps maybe the last technical component that you really would need to have a good understanding of is the compression flange and gasket system that vinyl liners use. Any place that you're going to have holes in the vinyl liner, like where you're going to cut out a hole for the return port or for the skimmer port, there's going to be a gasket and there's going to be a plastic or PVC flange that attaches over there, and it has to be tight. And if it's not done correctly, if you, let's say you forget to use the gasket or you didn't tighten it enough or one of the screws was spinning, then you're for sure going to have a leak in your pool there, and that's going to cause long-term problems. So if you're not afraid of that, if you think that you could handle the concept of using gaskets and screws and a flange to make sure that you get a compression seal around openings that you cut into the pool liner, if that doesn't seem scary to you, then that's about as difficult as it's going to get installing a pool liner. And other than that, you just need to know the steps involved, and that's something that I cover in detail in one of my tutorials on my website, swimmingpoolsteve.com. And if you're interested in trying to install your own liner, or at least you just want to see the steps involved, that's something that you can read about in depth there. If you found this information helpful, please be sure to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And you can check out my website, swimmingpoolsteve.com.